So on this episode of Divestment Tales, we're talking about Zaddy, and Zaddy, I've said in the past, has caught on to, the game. They've caught on. Now, let me explain for somebody who's new. They maybe just showed up, and I'm hearing people use the word divest, divester, divestment as a blanketed statement. That's not what it is. Those who created the term divestment, those are females within our community who have a hatred for black men. And in their hatred for black men, they have made statements like black male children should be aborted. Okay. They have made statements that, when the white police officer, chokes a black man or beats a black man, it turns me on about their masculinity. That sort of sick, behavior. White men are just so this. And black men are that. And all they do is make content and talk about black men all day. But yet they talk about they want the white man, and in a very, very gross way. It's not that they're just dating white men and that's that. A black woman is dating a white man and don't talk like that. She don't have nothing hateful to say about black people at all. She just as to who she dated, who she married. That's not an issue. Most people in the community don't care about that. As long as they're not trashing the community or doing things like that, they don't care. They're not going to say nothing if you participate in the community. You donating, you trying to help the community. You making your white husband use his white privilege to go help the community. Like send him in that bank in there to say, hey, we need to get some funding for this black community project. Okay. Well, she's sending her white husband in there because he got that white privilege, right? He can go in there and get those funds a lot quicker than black people can. You know what I'm saying? Or he's standing up to the police about some things using his white privilege. See, black folks really don't got an issue if you tapping into that white privilege and using it for the black people's benefit. Black people don't care about that. Black people are not hateful people. They're not at all. So we want to make sure for the people that are just coming over here, because I'm hearing the word divester used on people that just, let's say a woman that's just with a white man, but never said anything bad about black people, never done anything bad about black people at all. OK, that's not what a quote unquote divester is. Divestors are hateful. They're hateful. So I don't want to just put that term on anybody. OK, we just want to make sure we understand that completely. But when it comes to Zaddy and their hatefulness, Zaddy then picked up on it. And Zaddy understands that they also just want to use him for a bag, because one thing the divestors say, because a lot of them can't get successful black men, because how is it that women, who even with our own community, always got a black man with money? How does those black women, we're not even talking about women outside the community, we're talking about within the community. There are certain women that always got a dude with money. Well, those particular women who are quote unquote divestors or who created that, if you look at them, they don't even have a white man either. Okay, if the white man is so much better, cool, no problem. If the white police who's racist beating the black man and shooting black men turns you on, right? It gets you wet in the pants. How come you don't have one either? And then when some of you do get one, you end up tragically taken away from us. And we know what we're talking about. See, the New York Post is not going to talk about that aspect of it. They're not. And at the same time, it's a propaganda. I've told you this because, okay, if you don't want to date black men, cool, no problem. Then, and you say you want to open your options. Well, why your options didn't open to all men outside of black men? Why only white men? White men aren't the only men in America that's outside of the community. You have Asian men, Hispanic men. You have Arab men, you have East Indian men, you have all kinds of men here, right? But no, only that one. So I know it's a freaking propaganda that they're pushing for definitely nefarious reasons. But Zaddy caught on. So let's put this up as Zaddy said here. Now, Zaddy says, I'm a white man who dates black women, but I would never, in caps, date one of those divestment broads. They're not dating white men because that's what they're attracted to. They date white men out of spite of black men. See, so even Zaddy done caught on to y'all. He said that he likes black women, no problem. He'll date black women, but he's definitely not dating one of y'all that had this hate for black men, because it's weird. It is weird. If you like white men, it's your business. Number one, you ain't got to go parade it around telling nobody. If you like what you like, you do what you do. You don't have to tell nobody every day, hey, I like a white man. I'm going to get me a white man. Oh, white man, white man. Oh, white men. And you don't have one. You don't have one. You can't get a black man, and you couldn't get a white man either. And if you do get a white man, it's the same kind of man that you could have got with a black man. So if you talking about, oh, you black man broken dusty, then you get a white man that's broken dusty too. So it's not that black men are worse when you sitting up here getting a broken dusty white man, and you think, he's so much better because, and shout out to the late David Carroll, he said white covers a multitude of sins. So white broken dusty to you is like an upgrade for some reason. It's still broken dusty. It's you. And then most of these females that talk about divestment, a lot of them is not the sharpest knives in the drawer. A lot of them wouldn't even get picked. And that's a lot of their problem. They wouldn't get picked by black men. Trust me, if they were getting the attention of black men, then it wouldn't be an issue or problem, right? It wouldn't be an issue or problem. But they're upset that they didn't get chosen by black men. But Zaddy says, listen, I'm on to you. I don't want your hatefulness. I don't want to be with you and you got this hate for black men because something wrong with you. You know why Zaddy's saying that is because you can't contain hate. Hate is a cancer of the soul. So if you have this hate for black men, if you have a baby with Zaddy, that child, especially in America, is going to be called black. What if you have a black male child and that child come out looking more like you because black genes are strong? Are you going to hate your son? What if your son come out to really be black male masculinity? Are you going to really start hating your son? Or are you going to listen to the ilk in your divestment community that says, well, you find out you get a child that's a male, or you're going to, terminate it. You understand? See, and what's happening, so many people applying pressure to that ideology of divestment. You understand what I'm saying? And the reason is hatefulness toward black men. And it's hatefulness in a worse way. I would have never even started talking about that situation at all, if I didn't see how toxic that ideology was. Look, if you want to do what you do with whoever you want to do it with, I don't care. I'm a firm believer of, hey, do whatever you choose to do. Just don't disrespect the community. Don't let your other person from whoever community disrespect the community either. You ain't gonna hear a word out of me. Because we don't, in the black community, none of us care about that crap. And the few people that care, that really say something about it, some of the biggest mouths, from what I see, ain't married to a black person either, but they always got something to say about somebody else. But that's a video of a different day. So if Zaddy caught on to you, maybe you need to seek some therapy. And it's the reason why you don't have a Zaddy either, because they see how hateful you are. All they going to do is pump and dump you. That's all Zaddy going to do to you. When he wants something, he's going to pump and dump you. He's not going to ruin his trust fund. He's not going to mess up his white privilege getting with you. He's just not going to do that. And I said this before, the reason why that's a failed strategy, trying to promote black women to get with white men, is because you cannot produce a white child. Only a white woman from the Caucasus Mountain white woman can produce a white child for him. And most white men want children that look like them. They do. So you can't produce that. Now, maybe it's been times that some of y'all will produce a child that look almost that way to a point, but that's a gamble. But if he want to guarantee that his child come out white, he got to get with a white woman from the Caucasus Mountains. He can't get with you. He could play with you. He could pump and dump you. That's it. But he cannot just mass marry you, because he's not trying, because let's call it what it is. If he mass marry you, he's going to literally, destroy his whole community that way. And he didn't stay in power this long trying to destroy his own community. It ain't going to happen. So Zaddy done caught on. So y'all probably need to figure it out. But y'all let me know, in the comment section. Have class participation. And class participation is leaving comments. Let us know what you think about this. You agree, disagree, you're in the middle. And click that like button. If you came in here watching this video, click the like button. We always trying to go in for you over here. We're putting in work. So we want the class to participate. And, we'll see you on the next one.